Today I'm really excited to show you a new idea, well, not a new idea, something fun that you can do to your pies if they just happen to be a lovely lattice pie like this and not really anything on the edge. So what I'm going to do is use my Cricut Cake and the Holiday Cakes Cricut Cake cartridge and one of the elements to one of the borders, and it's on page 53 and it's the leaves and little circle shapes that you can get. And I've already started to cut some out, but I noticed that as I was cutting, my pie dough softened up a little bit, and I really need to stop the process immediately and put it right into the freezer. And when you're working with a Cricut Cake, one of the most important things you need to keep in mind is the consistency of whatever you're cutting, and you need to remember that if it needs to be chilled down to get good, nice, clean cuts, you need to stop whatever you're doing and chill it down. So what I'm going to do right now is go and grab mine right out of the refrigerator, and I'll be right back. And I'm just going to go ahead and load it right into my machine. And you can see some of my cuts. And I'm just going to go ahead and load it up because I want to hurry up and get this cutting. So I've already, and let me just see, set my speed at high and my pressure at maximum. And I've set autofill. I'm going to hit shift and find the border element that I want right here. Size is set at 2.5 inches and press cut. And it's going to cut this out 4 times, and here are the ones I already cut, but you could see it really did start to soften up quite a bit, and look how nice it's cutting out now. Beautiful. I'm just going to unload my mat. And you can see how much better these cut out compared to those when the dough was too soft. But I'm going to use both and I'll show you how. So right now what I'm going to do, just to make this easier to work with again, I'm going to go ahead and pop this right back into the fridge, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I've already removed some of the cutouts that I did, and I just want to show you how great the Cricut Cake toolkit is. And with it comes one of these little small spatulas that you can just slide right underneath and remove your little pieces easily. And just make sure that your dough is chilled, otherwise you might distort the image a little bit, and that's never any good. And I've removed some of the little dots as well. And I'm just going to go ahead and take some of these. Alright, and get rid of this for now. And then you can go ahead and roll that back up and re-roll it and use it again. But what I have here is some egg wash, and this is just a beaten egg with some milk and my paintbrush. And what I'm going to do is just go ahead and right where I'm going to work, just brush a little bit of the egg wash, and this is going to adhere the pieces together. And so all I'm going to do is just take my little leaves and stagger them here and there, and put a little berry dot all along the edge, using even the ones that didn't cut out so beautifully. Make sure you put those little dots here and there. And so what I'm going to do is just work my way around and just decorate the entire edge with my little leaves. And what I'm going to do is try and make sure that I don't leave too much of the leaf overhanging over the edge, because you don't want this to bake and kind of trap the pie in the pie plate. That's never any good. But just go ahead and working around, giving yourself a little bit of egg wash at a time. And then just go ahead and take a look and see if you have a couple of extra pieces. Where could I put these to make the best use? A little bit of interest here and there, because you don't want to waste any of these pieces if you spent so long getting them to cut out. And that would be a really nice spot for a little dot there. And maybe a leaf right here. And one more right there. Alright, so now that your cake or your pie is all done and bordered beautifully, you can go ahead and take this egg wash and brush everything, and be very careful when you go around the border because you don't want to knock off anything that you just put on. But you do want to make sure you egg wash everything, because the egg wash is going to help the color. It's going to turn this a nice beautiful golden brown. So just gingerly touching, tapping, tapping, and then when you get to the lattice strips you can go ahead and brush regularly. And there you go. Now one thing you're going to want to make sure and put this right back into the refrigerator just for about 5 or 10 minutes just to chill everything up and make sure that that butter and the pie dough is nice and cold so that when it bakes it poofs and gives you the nice flaky crust that you want. But here you go. Here's a lovely little border idea for decorating a pie with your Cricut Cake and the Holiday Cakes cartridge. And I hope you like it. Thanks.